Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talking Shop. Here is your host, ComixDad!
What's going on, everybody? ComixDad here. I'm just trying to get the Rumble stream going because it wasn't working. So bear with me for a second.
Do it.
Like the one time I have the guy that talks all things Rumble.
Not
The
really.
Rumble stream. Well, you know what I mean. The one time I have the guy that like collects data on Rumble, the Rumble stream decides not to work. Like, go
That's right.
figure.
I'm watching you. That's like a WWF. I'm watching you Rumble, and I'm ready to take you out.
Hey,
Stone Cold.
okay, well, now it's working. They got
There
it.
you go.
All right. Well, I'm not going to see the chat roll in on Rumble. So I did originally, but not going to see it because, you know, and start a new one.
I was on Rumble first. Hey, lady.
Yeah,
lady in the chat.
She was. And now she has to hop over to the new one.
Oh, okay.
So, but we're going to say hello to the chat and then we're going to do our thing. So over in the chat, over on YouTube, my new buddy, Raging Wolf, goes first. And that's right, because you were the first on YouTube, Raging Wolf. But YouTube is also PooTube.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. You get this video.
And there was much rejoicing.
Yay.
You have to do the Family Guy one. Yay.
Well, it's because because it's such an unenthusiastic yay. That's why I say use that one for PooTube. So but and then Queen Comics Life over on Rumble says yay, first on Rumble. Queen Comics Life, this one is, where is it? It's not even here. Damn it, I have one for Rumble too.
And that's when he learned he was not in control of his facilities anymore.
Here it is. There it is. I'll edit it later. But thank you, Queen Comics. It's in all my other studios. It's just not in the studio for this podcast for some reason. But and then yes, Queen Comics Life with the emotes. I wish EVMux would show the Rumble emotes. Unfortunately, it doesn't. But yeah, we got the Spoon of the Queen, which is a really angry looking spoon that Sergeant Wilkie made for me. And then we've got the Spidey headbang. Yes, I know you were first on Rumble. Yes. And she says, "Hey, Dara."
Hey, hello. How are you? That's my first time on.
And Raging Wolf says, "Starting on time, totally not late and gay." No, I am not late and gay. I like to be prompt when possible. So the only ones when ComixDad is late, it's not because ComixDad is late and gay. It's usually because my guests are late and gay. But that's okay, because being late and gay is a fun thing sometimes. Now, if you were just late or just gay, but late and gay, that's where it's at. But and then Queen Comics Life, have a great stream. Thank you, Queen Comics Life. She's gonna go do a stream. Everybody go check out Queen Comics Life. Open her up in a new tab on YouTube and on Rumble. Go check out what she's doing too. But I wasn't rude to Dara. Dara wasn't late. Dara wasn't late, so therefore Dara's not late and gay.
It was just something I was doing. But anyway, no, he was not. He was not. Young lady, you better calm yourself down there. I know where you're from. I know where you're from.
That's right. Well, everybody does. Have you ever heard her talk?
I've heard her talk and chew, and that's the worst part.
Oh man. No, all hail Queen Comics Wife. But ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are here for the first time, I am ComixDad. This is my channel. This is a show that I do called Talkin Shop, where I have a guest on and we talk all sorts of things, be it comics or current events, bunch of post-it notes on a wall.
Hey man, hey, don't try to down somebody for trying to do something a little inventive.
No.
Right?
I'm not crapping on the post-it notes, man. I know what they're there for. But that and just talk all sorts of stuff, and including talk about what my guests' quote unquote shop is. Sometimes it's comic book creator or writer, artist, etc. A lot of the guests I've had on are various types of content creators and streamers. I've even had a former amateur wrestler and wrestling promoter on before, so that was fun.
Nice. Did you get him to say it? Did you get him to say it when he was on here?
Say what?
Are you ready to rumble?
No, unfortunately, that guy Kevin Apollo, shout out Kevin Apollo. Unfortunately, he was actually at work, which I did not realize, but he was still kind enough to take about an hour and a half of his time out from his job to still come on the show. So stand up guy, stand up to do that. Shout out to him.
I bet you was standing up while he was doing it too. So
no, he was actually in I think he works at like a resort or something like that. So he was actually in like a very nice looking resort room in a very comfy chair.
nice.
But we're not talking about Kevin Apollo. We're talking about Daramouthe, aka Daramouthe, depending upon who you are and your pronunciation. Queen Comics wife.
That's that New Jersey accent. It
Yup.
really just takes you out of it. Just takes you out of it.
But Dara is a streamer and data collectionist over or if that's or data collector, I guess I should say, the amateur data collector.
Well, yeah,
who's over
I'd probably put that right
yeah,
there.
amateur data collector and also manga lover. Over a streams YouTube and Rumble. But Rumble is his predominant platform. He dives deep into a lot of the numbers and the facts and figures of like the business side and the platform side of Rumble. But he also is a master of conversation. He has mastered the art of conversation.
Thank you.
He is the one and only Derek. Oh, you know what? I already had you pulled up on the scene. Oh, damn it. You know what? I already had you pulled up on the scene too. That's not normally how I do it. So hold on. Yeah, no, we had to do this right. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the master conversationalist, Daramouthe.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
There we go. Get on.
And we arrived.
Now we have officially started the stream 10 minutes in.
Well, at least it's better than the chin wag where you're about an hour and a half in. It's just like, guys, I really need to start get going.
I love Tommy and the crew, but yeah, like I love going on there to be a guest. I don't know if I'd be able to be part of a big panel show like that full time though.
Yeah,
because it's just so many voices. So the people that do it, shout out to them. I wouldn't be able to do that as a regular thing. So if people that are able to do those like big panel shows, patience of a saint, or you just like yell it over each other, either or. But God bless you either way.
A patient of a saint who yells. Now that is the real kicker.
Yes, Saint. I would say probably
Saint Loudmouth.
I would say Saint Tomby the Yeller.
Oh, there you go. Well,
Saint
I don't know.
Tommy
He's
the
not much. He's not much of a yeller.
He doesn't yell, but he is the loudest one out of all of them.
Well, you have to be when you're the host. More like Saint Host.
True. But so Dara, we talk about many things here on Talkin' Shop, but obviously, it would not be Talkin' Shop, and I would not be ComixDad if we didn't talk comics. So Dara,
yes,
I know you're big into manga, which is comics adjacent, but have you? or what? I guess we'll start with yes, it is comics adjacent.
No. Hold on. Manga is Japanese comics, so just like anime is Japanese animation. It just has a different word for it.
Well, yes, but it's comics adjacent because over here in the West, when we say comics, we don't think manga. So
True,
that is why I said comics adjacent.
Yeah, it's sort of like America. They have their own version of comics. Japan, they have their own. It's just
although manga has been outselling Western comics like crazy over the last several years.
Yes,
here in the West. But,
yes.
So before we talk about you and manga and your really lovely relationship with manga.
Thanks.
What Western comics? I'm sure manga is I'm sure manga is a very lovely partner. What makes you breakfast in bed and just reminds you to wake up to get to work.
Hold on, I got one for that. Get on with it. Why don't you just get on with it?
No. I unfortunately Raging Wolf. I just have a I just have a grift. I gotta try and grift. I get a grift for that like 5 cents that I get every month.
You want to talk? you want to talk gay comics? I've got a bunch of yaoi you could look into, and we'll get really started with that
Don't need to do that. Just need to pull up like 70% of Marvel books over the last 5 years.
Oh no. Those aren't the gay I'm talking about. No, I'm just joking.
I heard, and Ranger Wolf says I heard he was a master debater.
Only during the sundown, never a sunrise. Never a sunrise.
But David, man, let's just talk about our Japanese anime.
Well, let's get to it then. What about
I'm trying to get to it. So, Dara,
if you
is there anything in? Damn, man, this is probably going to be the most unorganized, derailed episode of Talkin' Shop ever, and I'm here for it. I was kind of expecting it, bringing you on.
Hey,
so.
think of it this way. Think of it this way, right? You're a comic, right? You're like a stand-up comic, right? You think of yourself as a stand-up comic, right? Someone in the crowd is gonna like, hey, your pants are on too short. Someone's gonna heckle you in the crowd. That's what I'm here for.
That's you, but you're not. The heckler's not supposed to be on stage with the other performer. And that's what's happening right now.
Your fly's open. Your fly's open.
Just go sit back down at your table.
Who are you married to? A wall?
Damn.
I love you, comics. But anyway,
no homo.
Oh man.
But so what has there been anything in the Western comic scene, especially because I mean we've had the rise of indie comics. Or the resurgence of indie comics over the last several years, and especially over the last couple of years with like me and a lot of other people like posting about it on X and sharing thoughts on like crowdfunding comics and everything. Are there any Western comics at all that you've either are currently intrigued by or interested in, or maybe even have picked up, or was there anything in the past that you enjoyed that kind of got you at least started on the road, that maybe you were read comics at one point and then it eventually led you to manga?
All right. Well, first off, this is a very long question, but I thank you for asking it.
Oh,
Raiders. We're getting rated. Oh,
what, Raiders?
Yeah, DJ Smooth just rated.
Smooth the DJ just rated over on YouTube. What up, Smooth?
One of our favorite Germans.
Yeah, it doesn't show up over in EV Muck. So Smooth, thank you so much for that, brother. I appreciate that.
That's what we call
Shout
our
out
favorite
Smooth the
German.
DJ.
That's right. Shout him out.
Wayfair, do me a favor, man. Drop. I mean, granted, the people that are coming over are probably the two people that are coming over probably came from Smooth's anyway. But can you drop Smooth's link in the chat for me, Wayfair, please, if you don't mind? I appreciate that, brother. All hail Smooth the DJ, the legend.
Drop his streamer's link. Do it.
But no, back to my question. Comics. Is there anything, Western comics at least, is there anything that maybe you're currently interested in or intrigued by, or was there anything in the past that really grabbed you before things went downhill and you went far east, Western man?
Yes, I love that question. First off, thank you, young man, for asking me that question. You really should be on daytime TV.
I don't have enough feathers to cackle like a hen on daytime daytime television.
You don't need feathers to cackle. All you need to do is learn how to cackle. But
well, they're all cackling hens. That's why I say that.
Oh, he says he's not a mod, so you can't put the links.
Oh,
in.
That's right. Wayfair is a mod over on the gaming channel. CD's Arcade. Sorry, Wayfair.
Goofing up. He's goofing up already.
Nope. There we go.
Done. Easy.
Done.
Easy
Done.
thing right there.
There we go.
The first, one of the comics, at least the American side that I read was a Sonic comic, way back in the day. But it was only one. Don't ask me which one because I don't remember, and I don't have it anymore.
That's fair. That's fair enough.
It is what it is. But like for any other, like I mean, I've gone to a library and skimmed through their comic section, but I've never read in that regard. Like, so if you ask, like, did you read anything of Marvel or DC or whatever? No, never read of any either or. Maybe I skimmed through, like maybe a Deadpool, but beyond that scope, it's such a different facing point of how comic design is. American comic design is like if you were to compare it to the Japanese one, there's much more. it's the cartoonishness, while there's more of, I would say, a realisticness to the American side, which is not
Yeah.
all of it. Like Common America is a pretty good example of combining that sort of cartoonishness to it.
Yes, Common America. I have unfortunately I have yet to be able to get my hands on the physical copy of it, but I do have a couple of like the first 2 or 3 volumes of Common America on through Kindle,
Mhm.
through Amazon Kindle. So it's a fun read, and yeah, it's Common America kind of blends that Eastern and Western style together pretty nicely.
Right.
But is like, so since you brought up Common America, that's self-published indie stuff.
Mhm.
Has there been anything other than Common America, like maybe that you've seen anybody promote like their own stuff on like X or on do like various kind of streams or whatever, or even maybe here on ComixDad channel, maybe by any chance,
Yeah, well,
that you've maybe been interested in or intrigued by?
oh yeah, like into read or to buy. Like what example you're trying to
I
get?
mean, either or. I mean, if you're reading it, I'm assuming you're buying it.
That is a difference of opinion, and they're free, and they're sample pages for a reason.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But
Or
no,
at Global Comics. At
Global
Global
Comics.
Comics.
Well, no, I mean I don't like if you're going to buy those can get pretty expensive because you're paying 20 something bucks. Let me put it this way, right?
Yeah.
Indie comics, you like them, great to support them. The price would probably less or more matters depending on, right? For me, I don't at this point, like not even for manga. I'm not even reading a lot of manga at this point because it's just I do my show and I do work and that's pretty much it. So
For
there's
sure,
not
I get that.
and I'd like to be able to finish a collection of some, but like it costs money all around. But it is much
Yeah.
cheaper to get a manga than it is to get an indie comic book.
Yeah.
American indie
Depending
comic
upon-
book, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, depending upon what ones, because there's so many people doing crowdfunding nowadays for
Yeah.
their own indie comics, but a
Mhm.
lot of them are doing, like, if you do a crowdfund, a lot of them have a digital offer a digital tier now too. So
Yeah,
or
I've
even
seen
if they
that.
have a website, you go to their website. A lot of people
Mhm.
have either a digital PDF that you can purchase for like maybe like $5 or like
Mm.
$6, something like that. But then also a lot of them are going on to websites like Global Comics and Webtoons and uploading their stuff up there. So
Yeah.
being able to read indie comics is it's a lot more available now than it was maybe like, I don't know, more than 5 years ago.
Yeah, well, I think part of it's the technology factor because, like, what you have now, you probably didn't have like a decade ago.
Yeah, for sure.
The connection of like GoFundMe, Indiegogo, Fund My Comic, all these places where you can do that.
Yep.
Kickstarter might be an iffy one because I know it just came down with some rules.
They did, but then they have reversed those in the time being, and they're going to
Oh.
reevaluate them.
Oh well,
So-
we'll see how long that lasts.
Which well,
yeah.
it's funny that you mentioned that because me personally, that rule, it didn't necessarily bother me,
Right.
but it because it didn't impact me because I don't really buy books that have like more like
Mature.
more like gratuitous art and more of the 18 plus type of art styles and themes and stuff
Sure.
like that. Like
R18, yeah.
that's not really the like the sexualized indie comics. There's a market for that and people enjoy that. That's
Yeah.
just not really my thing. I'm more like I'm all down for like a good adult story, an adult comic book,
Mhm.
but just because it's adult doesn't mean it has to be sexually gratuitous and raunchy and all that stuff. It could be adult in terms of, I mean, obviously the language used, but also in the theming, in its
Mhm.
themes. It could be very adult story without having to be so over the top adult, so to speak.
So what ComixDad is really saying, no booba for him. No booba comics. Get them out of the stores. Burn them.
No,
Burn
that's
'em
not
all.
what I'm. No. I already have boobas at home, and they are attached to a certain Queen Comics wife.
Oh,
thank you
okay.
very
Hold
much.
on. We're talking about comics. We're not getting personal, okay?
Hey. You're the one that brought up Kickstarter's
That was-
temporary ban on adult content.
But that's like a piece of news. I didn't know that they had changed the ruling, though. I wonder when they
No,
did
it was
that.
just in the statement that they released, it was just because of the feedback they were getting, because of how people were reacting to that rule change that they had.
How am I not surprised? Oh, wow.
Yeah, people getting mad because they can't get their drawn boobas and nipplies and butt cracks and all that.
Well, I think
Raging Wolf says not my hentai.
that's a different story.
Yeah.
That's more than. But I think the problem of it is that with that regard, like if you don't, it's like with what happened with Tumblr. Once Tumblr stopped allowing adult content on it,
Mhm.
that's when it dried up because it had been on there for so long, and then they said no.
Yeah.
If Kickstarter wants to do this thing, like it's their business, they can do that. But I would say put off a section to where like you do have to put in some identification or whatever, so that people can go into it, because you do have that conversation about kids and the internet and all that
Mhm.
stuff. So that is understandable. But like if you're gonna take it away and then bring it back because you got a lot of feedback on it, then
Yeah.
you should have had that discussion before you did that, unless it was the card stuff.
Yeah, and also it wasn't like obviously some people was their problem was just I think I oversimplified what the outrage was over it.
Right.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people were like, "Oh no, I'm not going to get my drawn boobs." But a big part of it also was that people were feeling that Kickstarter was being pro censorship as well.
Mm,
And especially when they had been existing for the website has existed for so long, and
mm,
projects that have had uh, uh that kind of themes and imagery and whatnot have been allowed on the platform for so long
mm,
to be funded. Now, whether they actually get funded or not, I don't know. I'd like to think probably more so don't than do. But
true.
I think a lot of the outrage was a kind of coming from like an anti-censorship perspective as well, which makes sense.
Well, I think part of it too is the credit cards situation, which
Yeah.
again is one thing where if it's legal, then the overreach is understandable. But if it's not illegal, then it should be up to the platform that's hosting the adult content, like adult comics, whatever, but also to the factor of like, if it is allowed within reason, then you should at least give a heads up, like this is the thing that's going to happen, and then wait for that feedback to come in,
Yep.
rather than just doing like, oh, here's the chicken head, slap, guillotine, and then just done with it. No, you just give it a moment, right? Just
Yeah,
give it a
for sure.
moment.
But if there are, because I do have a couple of indie comics here for you, just in case you were maybe in the market for looking for trying to give Western indie comics a look. I actually just got in today. I haven't even read it yet, but it is from one of my favorite indie comic creators right now. The guy's name is Paul Thayer. He created a series called Project Nausis, which I have right here. But he did this title. It's called Lethal Leopard. And it's about a dude that basically turns into like an Anubis creature with a sword and wings. It looks really badass. Igor Teixeira of the Rippaverse did the art on it and everything. But also Paul wrote it with, do you know are you familiar with like wrestlers over the last like 10 years or so, or wrestling over the last like 10 years?
I know something of wrestling, but you're
Have
gonna
you
have
ever have you ever heard of Enzo Amore?
Enzo Amore. I don't think so.
All right, let me look him up because he helped. Because basically, he helped, or he Paul Thayer, the creator of Project Nausis that wrote this book, he got in
Mm,
touch with this former WWE superstar Enzo
mm,
Amore, who I think he goes by the Real One now.
ooh,
But he got in touch with him, and I guess they got to know each other. Was like, hey man, I'm thinking about writing a comic, and I
mm.
kind of want to have it be inspired by you. You want to help me with it? And he probably was like, yeah, sure. But here, let's bring up. There we go. Here. This is Enzo Amore. Of course, it's
Mm.
on the wrong side of the street. Enzo Amore. Really, a Fiverr ad? But that's Enzo Amore. He was in WWE for about I think like 6 or 7 years.
Oh wow.
He was part of a tag team for a while. He's from New Jersey, and he basically played into his Jersey roots as his
Mm,
character, as his wrestling character. So,
mm,
but yeah, it looked it looked cool, and it wasn't that bad. It was like I think it was like $10. I was like, all right, I'll get it. Plus, I
mm.
had another book in his Project Nemesis line that I didn't have yet that I wanted to pick up, so I was like, I'll get this too while I'm at it.
Mm.
But if you're not, are you also into did you watch like the older cartoons on Boomerang like the rest of us did on Saturday mornings, like the Herculoids, Space Ghost, Speed Racer, all that stuff?
Well, the Speed Racer is the only one because my grandparents had a VHS of
Okay.
it. So, but that's pretty much it. Like, if you're gonna talk way back, you're talking like, you know, when ABC had one Saturday morning, cartoons and stuff like Pepper Ann, Doug, those kind of cartoons I remember. But you're going a little farther back.
Fair enough. Well, the reason why I brought that up is because I have been reading the current volume of Space Ghost,
Oh,
and it has been awesome. So if everybody knows Space Ghost from way back when, and then also the what is it, the Adult Swim Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
mm-hmm.
But also, since you mentioned Speed Racer, uh, there's a
Oh,
Speed Racer comic currently being written right now as well,
ooh.
and it is actually really good. So
Who's it being done by?
it's done by Mad Cave Studios, and it's written by David
Hmm.
Pepos. However, I don't know how to say his last name. But it's really good. Both that and Space Ghost, he's been doing a great job with, and I've been feeling the nostalgia while he's also been telling just really good stories with it,
I
and
wonder
really
what
good
they.
theming. Not any of that like ridiculous modern day comic book writer nonsense that we've been seeing out of like the mainstream stuff.
I wonder if they had to pay for the right to use the rights then, because
Yes.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's what I'm
they
thinking.
Dynamite is kind of like the licensing
Okay.
publisher. Like they have books where they're doing Space Ghost, they're doing Speed Racer. They did a 5-issue miniseries of Blue Falcon and Dynamite. They have Thundercats, they have Silverhawks.
Okay.
They actually had they actually did the Herculoids. And they're
Okay.
actually doing a Herculoids and Space Ghost crossover, I think, later this year. So like they're pretty much kind of like the kings of purchasing licenses and doing comic books on older like Saturday morning cartoon IPs. So
Yeah. Because that's one. Because if you're dealing with a Japanese IP, that's always one that's kind of because free. Because of course, free use is not a thing over in Japan, and
mhm.
so that's why you see some people like there was one guy who had like the Dragon Ball situation by Toei got his account got hit by Toei because they don't have free use and he was more free use.
Are you
Um,
talking about the Team 4 Star YouTube channel when
no,
they did
no, no.
Dragon
It
Ball
was
Z
it was
Abridged?
no, no. Well, they did get into trouble too, like all that
Yeah, because I
stuff.
remember all that from a while back.
Yeah, but they still kept going. But it was a singular gentleman. Like he's so heavy into it. But I can't remember his name. He was just all that stuff. I don't pay for. I don't pay for premium either. It's called
No,
Brave.
I don't either.
It's called Brave.
It's
But
called I'm Not Monetized.
no, you talking about that for ads? Because I don't. Because with Brave, I don't see YouTube ads. So
True.
but no, I just think that with a Japanese thing, it's always a very interesting notion of like how that goes. Because I mean, Speed Racer is 60s, right?
Yeah.
If people don't know that back in the 60s there was still anime coming over, but it's like the fast moving pace words and all this stuff, and it's just like that doesn't match up. Does anyone not understand this? But they have to understand it was a different time period, different area. Like
Mhm.
Astro Boy, if
Yeah.
people don't know, Astro Boy by Osamu Tezuka would come over to America, and it was dubbed at that point. But that's a lot of different '60s stuff right there.
Yep. And I think Dynamite actually did an Astro Boy series too at some
Oh
point.
wow,
I think it was Dynamite. I know there was an Astro Boy series. I just don't remember if it was Dynamite or somebody else.
yeah.
But there is an Astro Boy comic series out there as well. But
Well, with
yeah,
that
Speed
one though,
Racer. That's right. They're like the oh
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 oh,
oh ah.
Chim. And it's funny enough, they carried some of that stuff over into the live action movie too.
Yeah, and it was great with John Goodman. Like
Mm-hmm.
John Goodman is as an individual kind of a piece of crap, but yeah, it was he was pretty good in Speed Racer.
Yeah.
The Speed Racer was a movie that did not take itself seriously, and it was
Yeah.
fun, and that's what makes it like a really good kind of like campy B movie
Mm.
sit down popcorn movie.
Oh yeah.
Um
And they say, and I think one of the reasons, people say, well, a failed movie, but one of the reasons could be is that it came out at the same time that Iron Man came out.
Yeah.
So you have a
Yeah, it did.
contender with so if you have the contender of Iron Man versus Speed Racer, Iron Man won that out hands down, which
Oh,
kind
for
of helped
sure.
Marvel along its way, but that might
Well,
have been
that
the
kicked it
point.
all off, but now look
Yeah.
at where Marvel is today. Both Marvel Studios and Marvel Entertainment and Marvel Comics as a whole. Marvel Comics finally got rid of their freaking executive Dan Buckley of 23 years.
hmm
Finally, 23 about 15 years too late in my opinion, but I mean, hey, things are now I'm not necessarily too fond of who they're one of the two guys they're replacing him with because they're basically taking him and they are dividing what his position is into two positions.
Right.
So there's going to be a guy that's going to manage like the business side of like Marvel Entertainment and Marvel Comics, and then there's going to be the guy that's kind of handling like the creative and like kind of having final say on all like creative decisions and stuff like that. The guy handling all the create that's going to be handling all the creative decisions and stuff. He is the guy that is currently basically the only person he answers to for Marvel Studios and Marvel Entertainment and Marvel Television is Kevin Feige. So
Oh yeah.
basically, he's the one that's been greenlighting all the crap that we've been getting for like the Marvel shows on Disney Plus and all that stuff. So like that's where like kind of I'm hesitant the toss up is. But we were talking about Speed Racer, we talk about Japan. You're more of a manga fan, so what kind of drew you towards manga as opposed to going to comics, like Western comics?
Well, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna remember the reason because that was so long ago. Because like that, I remember reading manga from a library because the library would have it.
Okay.
I didn't personally buy until ages later.
Well, it doesn't have to be by. Just like what like kind of what was the first manga that you read that you pulled you into that, or that pulled you into the manga scene as opposed to
I
to the Western comics.
I don't know what the first manga was that I read, so I can't. But I can give you an
Okay,
idea.
not a core memory. Got it.
Not a
Got it.
core, not a core member. Usually, don't think about this stuff. Oh well, unless you're like one of those people.
No,
But one of the
this show is kind of a little bit about of a walk down memory lane and opening the door, taking a peek behind the front door, and seeing what's back there.
why are
That's
there
what
a
this
bunch of
show is about.
why are there a bunch of cobwebs in there? This room hasn't been cleaned in ages. Oh my gosh.
We're about to have a live therapy session with Daramouthe, ladies.
It wasn't. It was a small rodent. It was a small rodent. But no, I can't remember. But I can. Okay, okay. So I think the one that may have been the first one was one called Love Hina by son of a biscuit. I'm trying to remember who was um I've got to look up the name. There we go. Who was the Ken Akamatsu-san.
Okay.
He was the creator of Love Hina and also some other ones, and he's also actually a political member in the Daya, which is Japan's own political arena. There's much to go with that, but just keeping it simple and short. And the one of so I don't. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to show that. But the funny, the thing
No,
of
no.
the thing,
I know of Love Hina, so like yeah, we're not gonna we're not really gonna be showing much out of that.
well, the thing of it is that the covers are, the covers for manga they can be wide and varied for
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
But the ones for Love Hina was basically you could basically do them in an onsen as long as you didn't show the important parts.
Gotcha.
So you can. So one day you see this, like, wait, is that that's a thing right there? They can do that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I just read manga that just has really basic covers.
Well, that's a pretty good, but it's also based upon what was that kid's Journey to the West.
Yes.
Journey to the West, which is also a good one. I've never read the book, but it's also kind of nice to see those roots. Same, I think One Piece as well is sort of based upon that, because Oda-san,
More loosely, but yeah.
yeah, more loosely, because Oda-san was a friend to Akira Toriyama,
Yeah.
and
Well,
so
not just that, but also he looked up to Akira Toriyama as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
So
Yep.
Akira Toriyama is basically launched the. No, I don't want to say launched, but he skyrocketed. He upgraded the shonen scene, and he became the standard bearer for. I mean, shit, he still is kind of to this day.
Well, yeah, and that is pretty prominent, but you also have to remember too is like when we mentioned Astro Boy, right? The
Mhm.
creator of that, Tezuka-san, he is known as the godfather of manga, right? So that's a heavy title. That's a heavy title to
It
give
is.
someone.
It is a
Yeah,
heavy title
yeah.
for sure.
But to that regard of a Akira man, because he again taking parts of the journey to the west, making what it is and all that stuff, it did make its own cult following. Same with One Piece, right?
Mhm.
One Piece has its own cult following, but there's always someone behind that who has followed someone else who has been known for more.
True.
But so there's always that. But I mean, it that's just the one I remember. I've read all different forms of one, but that's just a funny one because again, this is a point of contention of what Japanese comics can do versus what American comics can do. And although that may not be totally true, because I mean you do get the busty scene, but like I'm talking in an onsen and yeah, never. I'm not gonna go further than that. But yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, since we're talking about manga,
Yeah.
just real quick, I saw this before we went live.
Uh,
Apparently, there was news that Berserk will return with a new chapter next month.
it's not surprising because uh, Mura-san, Kenta Mura-san, who had passed away quite some time ago, I believed he left at least supposedly the story is he left enough information behind with his crew that they were to carry on. And usually, so here's the thing too is like usually in Japan, once a creator dies, that story usually ends with them.
Yeah.
Right, it doesn't go any further because they respect the artists and stuff. But this one is a bit different because of just of how dark Berserk is.
Oh yeah.
It's really dark.
Yeah. Berserk, for anybody who's watching it has kids and doesn't know, Berserk, I mean, I wouldn't even recommend Berserk to a teenager because their mind is still even like kind of forming and developing a bit. Like
Mhm.
Berserk is in my mind strictly like for adults.
It's
Like
NC-17 is basically what we put it at. Yeah.
yeah, that's where I would put it just because of just the emotion the emotional and mental roller coaster that you will go on, and
Mhm.
none of the hills are fun.
Mhm. Wow, he got cut in half. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah, basically.
Mhm.
So then so since you're more of a manga guy, has there, I know you're saying like with your streams and obviously work and 9 to 5 real life, all that stuff gets in the
Mhm.
way. Is there anything that you've been reading or have read recently in terms of manga that maybe you'd like to recommend or throw out there to anybody?
Well, instead of answering with that question, because my quick answer would be I haven't in recent times. I can show you my collection, and we can get through the process of what is or isn't. If I'm a moment,
Hey, you grab a couple of things, couple of titles.
I got it. I got all the stuff. Don't you tell me nothing. Don't you tell me nothing. Let's see.
uh
I already got that one. I need to get this one.
yeah, go walk the dog, Wayfarer. That's fine. Walk the dog. Is that what they're calling it nowadays? Walking the dog.
Nope, I already got one. All right.
Oh, he's there, and he's back. There he is.
Okay.
Oh, I
Alright.
heard the thud. I heard the thud. Do I hear omnibuses hitting the table?
No, I do not have an omnibus. That's a little more expensive.
Omnibuses, omnibuy.
Omnibus.
Would it be omnibuy?
No, it'd be an omnibus because an omnibus is a collection of chapters.
Yes, but what's a collection of chapters? Would it be omnibuses?
A lover fan of sorts.
A gaggle of omnibus? A fleet? Would it be a fleet of
A
omnibus?
school bus. It's a
fle-
school bus of omnibus. There
No,
we go.
It is a fleet of, it's a convoy of omnibus. A convoy of omnibus.
It's an airplane of an omnibus. At this point, no, it's a space shuttle. No, it's a moon. No, it's a just whatever.
Aero omnibus.
Aero omnibus.
Show me your non-omnibus.
All right. Well, the first one, of course, is it was started off as a light novel, but they've made a manga between this anime. But this one is called Mushaku Tensei.
Okay.
So basically, it's an isekai. for those that don't know, which means otherworld, basically.
Yep.
It's sort of like if you remember what Sliders was, right? Sliders
Not
back in the day.
Sliders, but for I guess for the casual weeboos, or for the people that maybe aren't even weeboos, if anybody's ever heard of Sword Art Online, that kind of stuff. Even though Sword Art Online is kind of like a really light casual version of that. But
Sword Art Online.
what is it? That time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, we actually just started watching that this past weekend.
Gotta love a good Rimuru.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Rimuru Tempest. But anyway. Yeah, and Veldora, the emotionally unavailable dragon that needs an emotional support slime.
Do you see they put in some reference there of what he read manga that was transposed, or that because Rimuru would make manga he could remember,
Yeah,
and so Veldora would read those comics, and he would start like he would throw little Ryu Hukushin, and he'd throw in some Dragon Ball stuff and all that.
I don't think I've gotten that far yet. We just finished season 1 of the anime.
It's a good series.
It's a great series.
I've never read I don't know if it's a light novel or manga.
I think it's a light novel.
Yeah, I'm not a light novel reader. Well, for those who don't know what a light novel is, it's basically in the word. It's a light novel, meaning it's like 500 pages worth of stuff. So you want like it's like you could probably read 3 to 4 different light novels within the width of a Harry Potter book.
Yeah, because Harry Potter books are like 3,000 pages long unnecessarily. So
they are the definition of the word thick.
Thicker than Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oh man, I've seen too many of those. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
She's been circulating around the interwebs lately. If you know, you know.
That's right. But that's one of this is one of
Rants. Hold on one second, my friend. Rants. My boy Rants over on Rumble has rated the stream.
Oh, Rants.
Brother, thank you so much, man, for the raid. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Rants.
And there was much rejoicing.
What's going on, Rants? Fatal Nexus, what's going on, brother? Fatal Nexus says Dara likes a big booty Latinas.
No, that is Alex Stein, and don't you confuse me with him.
Oh, and I missed Hana in the chat and stuff in the chat earlier. Sorry, fellas. The had an issue launching the initial Rumble stream, so it had to create a new one. So I don't have the chat in the studio here, so I have to look off to the side in Rumble Studio there.
He has to look off to the side because he got no chat to rely. It's gonna, yeah. At that point, you're just like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Raging Wolf, all Team 4-star made some funny abridged series. They're pretty much liberal lunatics. No, I know they are. I just rewatched DBZ abridged. That's all I do. And Hellsing abridged. Hellsing Ultimate abridged. I should say.
That's right. Hellsing Ultimate abridged. That's right.
Yeah, they are all. I think one of them is a full-time cosplayer. If you get what I mean, like not cosplayer in terms of going to the conventions, but cosplays life as a woman.
One does VTubing for his stuff, I believe.
Yep. And then they're all like extreme left Californians, so I'm not surprised. Not surprised whatsoever.
Well, and they built their whole bases upon like doing Dragon Ball Z abridged, and they were trying to make a business out of it. I'm like, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be doing that. Yeah. I mean, you should do the whole Dragon Ball abridged stuff because it was crazy funny. But if you're building a business off that, you might want to get a few other things at first before you do.
Yeah. Well, and also because we all know what eventually ended up happening. They basically got a cease and desist from what was it, Funimation, Toei.
I think it's more Toei than anything else because again, Japan does not have a thing called free use.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is what it is. Let's see.
Back to manga.
Yes, back to manga. Let's do another one. This one, of course, is another one that started as a light novel, but then it had a anime.
Thank you again, Rants, brother.
Which is a good one. But this,
and real quick, you can't see it. Rants said, "Don't quit your day job, Dara."
Oh, is that what he says from
Yeah,
a
that's what
far
he
off
said.
distance when
That's what he said.
yeah. I don't quit your day or night job. All right.
And Fatal said small booty Latina. Sorry.
Hey,
He followed up with that.
hey, coming over there. All right, small, still just as good. All right. But this one started out as a light novel, but I really enjoyed this one because the thing of it is, like, if you watch the anime of this one, it's very economic heavy, like
Okay.
describing the world of economics. But this one is a Spice and Wolf.
I've
Right there.
heard of Spice and Wolf. People tell me
Yes.
that both the manga and the anime are both really good. It's on my list. I just have not gotten around to it yet.
Yeah, the anime is probably good. The funny thing is that well, not the funny thing, but the one thing that was pretty great is that when they remade the anime, they actually brought back the English and Japanese voice actors to voice their characters.
Okay.
So basically, if you were there was one out a previous one out there, but they had remade it, and so the actual voice actors from the first one came back to revoice their characters in the remake. So it was pretty nice to be able to hear that. I don't remember their names, unfortunately, but I really like this one because of the it just integrates itself with like an economic part because oh crap, what is his name? I'm trying to think of the male protagonist, not the male person within the Lawrence. That's right. Kraft Lawrence is the silver haired.
Gotcha.
That's Kraft Lawrence, and the one next to him is Hulu or Holo, who is a sort
A
of
streaming
a
service?
no. She's a day. She's like a deity of some kind. More like harvest and sort of stuff, like a harvest deity. And all right, and
Okay.
through the process, she kind of learns of, there's much more than that, but they'll learn the process of like the economy and all that stuff that Lawrence has gone through years and years of. It's just very interesting in that regard. That's its world building. Let's see. This one, of course. Now there is a bit of a prelude to this one, but we'll get to later. But this one is, I believe, this is also based upon a light novel. But uh, this one is called "The World's Finest Assassin," right there.
Okay.
And then, of course, the small lettering, it says gets reincarnated in another world as a aristocrat.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it's one of those long ones. But the funny thing is that the mangaka, right? The mangaka
Yeah.
here, he is the creator of Redo of Healer.
I've heard of that as well. I've heard of a lot of titles. Unfortunately, I've not either seen or read a lot of them.
Well,
There's just way too many. There's just so many things, so many manga and anime to keep up with, man.
Redo of Healer would be sort of in that same capacity of rated R.
Gotcha. Yeah, there's one that I came across about a little over a year ago.
Mm,
It's I think it's an independently published one, or
mm,
no, it's out of Seven Seas publishes it. But it's like it's just dude just kind of came up with it. I think it was based off of like a short story that he had written for as a college project or something, as a project when he was in university. But
mm,
it's called Colorless, and
mm,
it takes place basically in a world when the world basically has no color in it, and because of the due to the fact that there's no color in the world, humanity eventually evolved and mutated over time,
mm,
into like just various looking types of creatures and things like that.
mm.
But there is just this one regular human looking girl,
Ah,
and also this guy who's our main character. There
ah,
is a little bit of color, but it's almost like a rare mineral or something like that.
mm,
And if you have access to color, it basically you can it's very powerful, and it can be used for not just for powers but for like science and stuff like that as well.
mm.
But I mean, it's really neat. It's a really interesting concept.
There you
um
go.
I read the first like 2 3 volumes,
Mm,
and I really enjoyed it. um this is just really cool. He's standing off against the guy that was in of a guy that was injected with like a mass load of color from this like the like shady secret quasi government organization that was
mm.
like tracking him down because he was doing research on colors and stuff, so or something like that. But
It's
it's
all
just a
the
really cool. It's a really cool, like almost indie type of manga.
it's all the governments, all the world. They're all bad, evil,
Yeah.
all of them.
Yeah, pretty much. But so well, we've talked manga, we've talked comics. Let's talk.
Whoa,
Dad.
hey, whoa! I'm not done yet. What are you
you got
talking
one.
about?
Oh, you
What are
got
you
one
talking
more.
about?
All right.
I've still got
Dad,
two more to go. I still got two more to go.
This ain't Dara chat. This ain't a 3-hour stream, my man.
I don't do 3-hour streams unless it's been a rarity. I've done a 3-hour stream. Okay, calm yourself
I
down.
know it was
right?
probably with
Do
me.
I have to get the lady in the house to come over to calm you down? Goodness sake!
No, because she's streaming right now too.
Oh, that's good.
So good luck with that.
This,
You're stuck with me.
I'll be glad to be stuck with you because you're gonna be stuck with this. This one is
Uh-oh.
I sort of saw the I sort of saw the anime of this first, but the premise, once you hear about the premise itself is but this one is called Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time.
Oh, okay. Here
That's
you go,
two.
boys. There you go,
That's
boys.
number 2. That's number 2. I don't know where I put number 1 at. But basically the premise is simple. Strong guy is in love with the king's daughter. He proves himself strong over and over again. But because of that strength, a lot of female creatures from all over different sections want him for how do I put this gently?
Coitus.
What? No, they want him for breeding terms. Let's just put it that way.
Yes, for coitus. For
Uh,
reproduction.
I would have gone with mating terms, but we'll just stick with that right there.
And, and this would be anyone's reaction.
Almost everyone. Remember,
Except for probably the main character.
remember,
yes.
Cartman did a
Exactly, Raging Wolf. Yes.
well. No, they want him for what leads from there.
Right.
They
Well,
want what leads from there.
Raging Wolf, you got them titties. Now pay up.
That's a $5 tip right there. A $5 tip.
What's going on, Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips? Yes, I did hear Kyle Busch died. The NASCAR racer, 41 years old. He passed away. Was it today? I don't know, but I did see before we went live that he did pass away. So that was very unfortunate. Prayers to Kyle Busch's family and Kyle Busch. Hopefully, it was quick and painless, whatever the cause of death was. And hopefully he's resting in a better place. But so let's.
All right, I got one left.
You got one last
says,
one.
Yeah,
All right.
So let's give peace face for this one. This one.
Hey, Raging Wolf. Guess what? There's links in the description.
It's called Rumble. But
it's called Rumble. It's called Venmo. It's called Ko-fi.
It's called In Your Face. It's called In Your Face.
Hold on.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh. Aw.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
Yeah, you better get that. I'll take it from here. There we go. Well, hello everyone.
I'm here. I'm listening.
No,
Go ahead,
don't
Darren.
listen.
Show off your last manga.
He's trying to take care of his kid. Let him take care of his kid. We're all here for each other. I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to find ComixDad stream. There we go. I have to listen to myself.
I'm back. That was it. She came in to say goodnight. That was all.
Aw. There we go. All right. So the last one I have started out. So the last one why is my sound on?
I don't know.
Never mind. I had the stream up. But anyway, this last one is he went to take a nap and wasn't raised this weekend and wake up and he died. Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that sucks.
That's just. Yep.
Never know. Never
Rip.
know.
Rest in peace, legend. I'm not a big fan of NASCAR, but I know Kyle Busch was a big deal in the NASCAR scene. So, rest in peace, legend, and prayers for his family.
Yep. But this one, this last one started out as a doujin. So those who don't know, doujins or doujinshis are self-published works. So basically, the indie point of Japanese comics until they get picked up and then get serialized, which is the hope for many mangaka, which are the manga creators. But this one started out as a R18 doujin, and I'll just leave it at that. But it's not.
Already Raging Wolf, you might be getting more dumb titties.
Oh, it doesn't get. It gets very. If the kids understand what it is, it gets very edgy, but it's not that close. But this one is called The Elder sister like one, which is very the mangaka here, Ida Pochi, is actually a multi thing. She actually made the model of Rhine from Hololive.
Okay.
She's also made her own model on YouTube, so she's her own VTuber on YouTube.
The man does know his moon speak. Yes, Raging Wolf.
Yes, Moonspeak. But the elder sister like one, and again, it was a female. So the creator of this manga is a female mangaka. So, but yes, this is one. I know there was up to 6, but yes, this is based. The more theme of it is like this right here is no, not Chihiro. Gosh dang it, what was the name again? The girl in it is the person here is a thing that is very like what is that thing with
Transformer?
no Cthulhu stuff, Lovecraftian type of thing.
Lovecraftian. Because you said
Lovecraftian.
she and then you said this person, so maybe I was like, oh, okay. Are they doing a swap on us? Are they swapping a taco with a sausage? Is that what's going on? Or
Nah, I'm just trying to find if I can't find the name because I can't remember. No, you. No, big sister. Nope. You is the
me? No,
no.
you.
You. No, him. What?
That's what I told you. Man, I'm talking to you. Yes.
Why don't
No,
you listen?
I am me. Yeah, no, not you, him.
And then comes out
You-
Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Yao Ming, the Yao Ming of children.
There you go.
Me, him, everybody.
Uh,
Did this chat turn into Thursday food talk? Oh my. Oh,
don't get me started. Don't get
Raging
me
Wolf.
started.
Raging Wolf. Why would you wish that?
Don't.
Why?
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 But we've talked plenty of manga and comics and had some good laughs. But Dara, this wouldn't be talking shop if I didn't talk about your shop, my man. And your shop is your channels over on YouTube and on Rumble. Your stuff, your thing,
my
what
channel,
you do.
yes. The
So
stuff.
how long have you been streaming? Because you pretty much do almost exclusively streams, right? I see you have some videos up here, but like
I've posted shorts. Shorts are from the streams. There are videos of where like Rumble Studio failed, and so I had to record them.
There's plenty of that.
That was a long time ago. But
Yeah.
mostly it is just streams. Just because it's just that sort of thing of catching it live and all that sort of stuff. But there's still the VODs to come and see.
So how long have you been doing that, and what led you to want to create a channel and start streaming? And your bread and butter is being a master of conversation and just conversing with all these different people that you've had on your streams. I mean, you do it daily. You do it Monday through Friday,
Just
and
about
I think the last time I heard, you said you've had over 300 different people on the channel to talk to you.
300. Well, over 300, but it's like the last count put me over 330. So,
what made you want to do all that and just start talking to people on the internet and streaming it?
Let me tell you, a long time ago, and after the First World War.
Oh boy! Whatever this voice is, I'm loving it.
Well, I remember the time when chocolate bars were 5 cents, and I was just woo, and I was ready to go. Now it's $2.99. Can you believe that? Can you believe that?
What the hell is this voice?
That's what it's all about, baby. I
That was
can
the strangest old man voice, old timer voice I've ever heard.
Hey, young man, you think you know it all, but I'm here to tell you the truth. You don't know diddly squat, so keep over there.
Sounds like you're trying to do Bill Cosby.
If all I wanted was a Jello pudding pop.
Oh.
Trying to compare a white man to a black man. What's going on here?
What is this stream tonight?
It's
a fun time. That's what it is.
It is.
Yeah, so anyway, back to so what made you want to have conversations with random strangers on the internet and stream it live?
What made me want to? Well, there was a man.
Or what led to it?
Right.
Instead of who made you, instead of what trauma led you down this path.
Wow,
What
trauma.
was
Wow, really?
yeah. Well, that's what it sounded like, the direction it was going in, the way you started to answer that. What made me? Who made me? There was this man. Well, okay, right there, done. Don't want to hear none of that. No, but
Do you-
so what led up to you wanting to do all this, though, for real?
well, we're at the real point.
Oh, okay then. Trauma initiate.
We're at the real point. We're at the for real point. No, it's not. So, of course, all of us start at least with YouTube, right? Because that's where pretty much I watch majority of my stuff. I still watch more of my stuff over on YouTube than anything else. But so it's just when you make an account, right? You get already all that access to the creator stuff, basically. There's still some stuff like if you do want to start putting streams and stuff out there, there are limitations. Like one of the limitations I ran into when I first started out was that I couldn't put links in the description unless I fulfilled one of the three things that YouTube was saying. Like either was I had to give a facial ID, I either had to do 2 months of making stuff or some other faction. I'm like, oh, just to put links into the description? I'm like, really? That's the only thing I ever ran into. I know some people like, well, you have to have 50 people to stream and all stuff. Like, I never ran into that, but like,
I think that's new. I think that might be newer.
Oh, this was like 2023. This is 2023. I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think like the whole needing 50 subs or whatever. I think that's a newer thing.
I never had issue with that.
Because I didn't need that, and then but all of a sudden, like when Queen set up her channel, on YouTube, like about 6 months after I did, all of a sudden I think she needed it in order to put links in or something like that. So like it's not like it's a brand new thing, but like it was probably implemented shortly after I started doing this. But anyway.
Yeah, and I didn't have to deal with that. It's just putting the links in the description. So that was one of those things. But once that was taken care of after a while, I wasn't really streaming to both because I had Rumble and YouTube, but I was streaming to both because on Rumble you had to have 5 followers in order to stream.
Really?
Which I think is still a thing. Like you have to have 5 followers in order to stream, but back then it was still a thing.
Yo, hold on. There's this dude named Daramouthe that on the Rumble side, I'm just seeing it now. He gifted a subscription to the ComixDad channel over on Rumble.
Oh my gosh!
Wherever
what a
that
great
guy
gentleman!
Is.
Yeah, he's
what
great.
a fantastic gentleman!
Oh my gosh, he's so
This one
super.
is for him.
Oh goodness. Shake it.
What? First off, thank you. Secondly,
Why?
Well, first off, there's not going to be a pay it forward stream this Friday, so there's that.
There's not a pay it forward stream. Well,
it's a holiday weekend. Why would I?
I mean, it's Friday's not the holiday.
It's a holiday weekend. Why would I?
But the Monday is the holiday. That's the weekend. The Friday is trying to make a regular Friday.
Man is trying to make more excuses than a bald man.
Here's my question: are you doing a stream on Monday?
No, that's Memorial
okay.
Day.
So then why not do one?
It's the Memorial Day weekend.
I'm gonna argue with you about your streaming schedule.
You know what? I'm just gonna get to answering the stinking question.
Fine, answer the damn question. What made you want to talk to a bunch of fucking people?
Oh, that's right.
I
was describing the description situation.
Yeah, the description situation.
But no, I couldn't. No, the other point on Rumble too is that you had to. You could either have 5 followers or you could pay for the pro plan, which they sort of still have, but they transferred it over to like the Rumble Premium thing, which was $10 a month. But I was like, I didn't want to do that, so I just recorded videos in like StreamYard because you can do that, and then I would upload them to YouTube and Rumble. Like you can go through the video section and go all the way to the early one, and you'll see like there's that sort of StreamYard setup type of thing. We have the icon pulse and all that stuff. But after that point, I just kind of relented and went and paid for the pro plan thing because I didn't want to have to like keep waiting. After that point, I used OBS, but even then, that was like meh. Um, stream
Yes,
a
Raging
weekend.
Wolf. Yes.
Find me.
Yes. He's going to stream all weekend, and I'm going to join him whether I like it or not because I'm his new best friend forever. Yes,
Hey,
Raging Wolf, we will figure something out for this weekend. We still have not, wife and I still have not nailed down plans for the weekend because the weather is kind of, the impending weather around us is kind of uprooted those plans. But yeah, Raging Wolf, we'll figure something out, brother.
so
But anyway,
so uprooted. He's gonna play games with you during this weekend. This weekend,
This
Comic
weekend.
Dad is getting out there and he's getting hefty.
Saturday. The kickbots are coming in.
Uh oh. Yeah. I've only had to deal with that a few times, but I'll take the follows from the bots. I'll take the follows. Because I probably get not like between Kick and Blaze. Like I think they're kind of matched in the sense of.
I haven't really had any bots on Blaze. I just get like the
Well, I meant
occasional
viewership,
person
sorry.
in there just dropping like fire emojis and then
Right.
bouncing.
Well, it's sort of like the viewership is what I'm talking about. Like their viewership is kind of matched, and this is not like a metric thing I'm paying attention to. It's just like, oh, there's only like one or two here, 1, 0. I've had more zeros on Blaze to be honest than anything else, but I know that's point because of what I do. But I do what I do regardless of metrics because metrics does not rule how I create.
Same.
But doesn't mean I don't check it up once in a while, but it doesn't mean I follow through with like how I do my stuff. But so I did after I relented. I'd used OBS to stream to both Rumble and YouTube, and at first I was just streaming gaming, like mod packs of Minecraft.
Okay.
Because I can't play vanilla Minecraft anymore. It's just not gonna work. I played Starfield when it first came out, and I crashed a few times.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was not a fun time. And then I think I played like one game I really liked back in the day. It was called The Blob. And if you've never heard of The Blob,
No,
you
I
can
haven't
go on
heard of that one.
DEBLOB. It's an interesting game where you're like this blob sponge thing, and the whole world's color has been taken by this evil corporation called Inked, INKT. And the Freedom Color Fighters are coming back to bring color back to the world. But the only way to do it is to rely on this one blob type person who absorbs color and has to paint the town and all that sort of stuff to bring, the life back to it. But the interesting thing about that is that the color represents a instrument.
Oh,
so
really?
you can paint a building red, and it will. Yeah, just watch
Yep.
just watch the trailer.
Here.
Yeah, just watch the trailer.
And I don't have the sound enabled. I was just clicking on the images.
Well, that's sad. But that's that's.
Well, no, because then I gotta stop the screen share, and then I have to start it back up to toggle on the sound.
Oh, that's an easy quick. Come on, that's not that hard.
Nah. It's a lazy night tonight.
Yeah, lazy.
Oh, jeez, now I get hiccups. Damn it.
I'm feeling that. Curse you with your hiccups. Curse you.
No. If I tell you, ever since dinner, I have just been. They went away when we started the stream, but now they've fought their way back, and it's kind of pissing me.
Good. Fight harder.
And now it's kind of pissing me off.
Fight harder.
Shit.
But this is the blob, and the goal is to bring back color. So that's the blob right there. But basically, so you absorb color, you paint the buildings, but each color represents a different instrumental sound. So red will probably be like a hard guitar or bass. Orange will probably be something jazz or whatever. But basically, there's an underlying track that goes through. At the beginning, it's very little. It's like the bare minimum. You're so like just like don't or whatever.
Yeah, and just then, like a one, whether it's like a drum hit or some. Oh, excuse me, or something like that.
Yep. And then what happens is that over time, as you're bringing color back to life through the season stuff, that track starts getting more and more. But as that track plays, you can add the color instrumental part for each different whatever. So red and blue and all this stuff, like you're bringing different instruments that go along with this main track within.
Okay.
And it's just incredible. But your goal is to bring back the color to this world, and that was the last game I played on screen.
And that's funny because that kind of ties in, very, very loosely ties in, but loosely ties into this manga that I was talking about, where it's a world devoid of color. So
Doesn't it sound like
nice.
another? Doesn't it sound like another comic book that's out there right now?
Me. Also sounds like Acrobatic Chronicle series by
There you go.
3PO.
There you go.
Yep.
So
Hiccups! Damn it, God!
All right.
God! Son of a bitch!
You have to do the. You have to breathe in and hold it for 10 seconds.
Gotta do the off-screen far microphone yell.
He's gotta do the deep breath, hold it in for 10 seconds, and then that should happen.
So you started your streaming by playing that game. So
No. I started streaming playing games. Well, not playing games. I just talked about stuff that happened, and then I went into playing games. But then it was sort of like that really wasn't. We will.
Hiccups are
Hold on. We're gonna solve this problem right now. Look, we need to help this man. This man is in a very troubled position, and the best thing he can do for himself is that didn't help. Almost got him. So loud. Hey! You're so loud. I can hear you.
Yeah.
I heard you just a few moments ago. You were loud.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. You should scare Comics Queen. You need to scare him though, because he needs to get. Oh, I think it worked.
Got hiccups.
Oh, it didn't work. Dang it.
Anyway, but so you went from talking about just all sorts of things to game streaming, and then so when did you decide instead of game streaming, you wanted to just have conversations with random people that existed on the internet and have your Dara chats?
I will kiss anybody I want, and it won't be nobody's butt. So you take those dirty words out of your mouth, young lady. You take those dirty words out of your mouth. I don't play nice. After a while. Don't you?
We don't play no games. Yeah.
Papa don't play. I don't know, but it was just like at a time I was, I'd watch other content creators going on. Make you. I don't have to. You have a husband right there that's going to. All right. So it was sort of a happenstance, really. Like, I watch other content creators and all this stuff. When you're in a stream or something, some person from the chat will ask, like, how did you get started? And all that stuff. And they would usually tell you, like, oh, please, I'm the boss. Yeah, well, I guess we know who wears the pants and the shorts in the family. But don't look at me. She's the one who said it. It was like you'd have someone in the chat ask, hey, how do you get started or whatever, and just do it, get a camera, get a mic and all that stuff. And it was sort of like it was quite a time before I ever eventually went into it. But once that sort of thing came in, I was watching all these content creators, and the majority of the time they're bringing on other content creators onto their shows. I'm like, well, that's interesting. I mean, it's just not too interesting because that's usually the way how it's been. But why don't they invite people that aren't content creators on? And so I can understand a bit of it. Like, there's a risk. Inviting other content creators is also a risk too. But like all this stuff.
For me, just to kind of answer, I guess, just personally for that question, because I mean, I do it. You're here. I have plenty of other streamers on, but like the reason why me personally I have had a bunch of content creators on is just because it's kind of the easiest pool of guests to pull from and to reach out to.
Not always.
At least from my own personal perspective and experience, because I've reached out to all sorts of kinds of people to come on. Especially people that are in comics, both in indie comics and in mainstream, and also non-comic book people as well. And it's tough to get responses, and the people that respond to me, both the just respond to me at all or respond to me the quickest, are typically fellow content creators. So at least for me, that's why I have a bunch of fellow content creators on the channel. I mean, I've been lucky enough where I've had people involved in indie comics and stuff. Oh shit! Excuse me. and stuff on the channel before, but it's just for me. It's just I know. Professional streamer, ladies and gentlemen, making a whopping $5 a day here on streaming. Damn it! But no, that's at least for me. That's why I tend to have more content creators than not. But I can't speak for other people though.
I know you can't speak for other people, but I know you'll try. But the point,
I don't shut the hell up. So.
Oh, hey, Stuff got the gifted membership. Woohoo!
Yeah, Stuff did.
Nice, but I don't see him in chat. Ron Fink.
So he was here at the very, very beginning, I think.
Oh, but what happened is that thought kind of led to like, well, what happens if a content creator, say like 5,000 followers or 10,000 followers, even 100,000 followers, invited on a people from that list of like, 1/5 of what they have or whatever. Like that would be interesting. That'd be content for forever because that's so many people to get to talk to. I'm like, I really don't see it. But of course you could say Joe Rogan, but like even Joe Rogan has his stipulations and it's not every day. Or not, I won't say every day, but it's not almost like every weekday. And the pay it forward stream is sort of part of that deal, but it's more just Rumble focused because again, Rumble now it's starting to get there a little bit, but beforehand, Rumble did not have great form of discovery, and so you had a lot of people that were streaming, and they weren't that you could get it seen if you saw them, but that you couldn't if people didn't go and look through the live stream list, you wouldn't know those people exist. I have met a ton of people. Hack in the Y is one of them. I first met them through their father and daughter duo streamer. Pretty great.
Okay.
I've met so many people through the pay it forward part that like it's such an untapped potential. Now I do something different where I do give donations and stuff, and it's very the low end, but like you can do a lot with the low end. And it has gone to show many times of how much even a little goes a long way. And so when that happens, there's that stuff in that, but like doing it on Rumble's been sort of that thing of, it's difficult to do it on YouTube because on YouTube, a certain amount gets you a certain amount of characters. And so like $2 is like 50 characters, $5 is like 100 characters, and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
like
that is a big problem that I have with YouTube super chat system.
Yeah, and so why wouldn't I just
but yet the member messages I think it's dependent upon the channel, but the member messages you can have as little as 50, you can have as much as 200 characters in a member message, like to make it make sense. As opposed to Rumble, it's just it's like a steady 200 characters regardless. 200
characters, yeah, it's 200 characters regardless of the amount, and that was a nice thing. So, but it's mostly just Rumble focused. But their chat just came out of that question of like, if you had someone with 5,000 followers, and you could just to anyone, right? And that's another thing too, is like I have met people who do bring on people who aren't content creators, which is great. Mm-hmm. But again, it also carries its own risks and all that stuff, and I understand that. But I don't want to be limited to just other content creators because I can sit here and say I've had on over 330 various guests within like a little over 2 years.
And that's wild.
But it goes to show that for other content creators, well, one, they don't do the same thing I do, which is fine. You don't have to. But like it goes to show that like the quantity of how many people are out there worth getting to talk to is unlimited. I mean, English speaking, because my secondary language is not so good, so don't ask. But there's there's an unlimited amount of people to get to speak to, and it requires going out there and asking, like,
"Hey, we know that guy."
Yeah. You've been on part though. That's right, and so much more. I know there's a lady in there too who you're married to. She's in that as well. But that's Heck in the Y right there next to Tommy's picture. So you see that right there? That's Heck in the Y. That's the father-daughter duo. Great people. But again, it's just about getting to chat to people about whatever, because that's another thing too, is like usually a lot of content creators do a structured scenario or topics or whatever. They'll talk about politics or gaming or pop culture, whatever. I'm like, why have a structure where you can go anywhere? And I found that the conversation, if it can go anywhere, goes a lot further than just like, oh, let's talk about these few things here. It's like you already have thousands of other people talking about the same politics, gaming, and all that stuff, and I'm just like, I'm free to go wherever. I don't need a topic. I just need a person.
And there's so many people that do that. That's why that's why I if I am gonna talk any of that stuff, I save it for one specific stream. I save it for the stream that I do with Queen Comics Wife that we do on the weekends, and that is kind of like our catch-all. Like that's why I decided to call that the cafe, because it's kind of like, oh, it's just like kind of going to like a coffee shop like after church on Sunday or something like that, or first thing on a Saturday morning or whatever, where you just meet up with people and you just sit and you catch up and you talk about kind of whatever. So like that's why I decided to call it cafe, because that's the one stream where like I'll just focus on kind of whatever. Stop it! Stop it, Dara!
I'm not doing anything.
Daramouthe gifted another subscription to the ComixDad channel over on Rumble.
Well,
Why?
why? What do you?
Why?
Well, plus that you get more.
That is one big pile of shit.
Hey, your mother's a.
She is. It's okay.
Also, is because there's a less takeout from gifted subs rather than Rumble rants. So, but I'd rather, when I can do gifted subs, I would, but I can't do many of those because I'm not rich myself.
No, not many of us are, brother. That's why it's appreciated. This is our first guest that I've had that's donated while I've been talking to them.
Oh, really? Oh, well, I didn't know that. That's you know what? That means other guests have to step up your game. That's right.
Yeah, right. That's right. Other guests, both past and future guests. You hear that?
We're gonna be we're gonna be YMCAing this stuff right now. Better get up your wallet books. You better pounce that cookie, and you better give it. Just
pounce that cookie.
That's right. Chocolate chip, oatmeal raisin, doesn't matter. You better get on it.
That's what this is devolving to.
Hey, I like chocolate chip. I don't know what you're talking about. Dirty minds. You were talking about me having a dirty mind earlier. You were talking about me having a dirty mind earlier. Look who's going there first.
What did I do?
That's that. Do you hear that, Queen Comics? I know you can hear that. Dirty man over there thinking of something else other than chocolate chip cookie. Oh, awful.
So the conversation, it's unlimited potential with the conversations that you can have to people, have with people for sure.
Oh no! You have to bring up the other one. You have to bring up the. That's right. You got shamed. Got shamed.
Whatever. She's the one that decided to stream while we're doing this. I don't want to hear it.
She'll get a crumble cookie later. But the point of the matter is though is that I have met other people who are doing something that's similarity, but like it's to a certain amount, maybe once or twice a week. But I'm doing it almost every day because. Not every day, but almost every day because I have a full-time job and I'd like to have my weekends.
Yep, we all do.
But Harry Jolly Green Giant, hey, let's calm it down. Let's tone it down.
Hi, you're the one that decided to stream.
Hey.
This is my time slot. Cheat your own time slot.
Hey, remember you're an adult too, and you chose it. You chose it, young lady. But it's sort of the thing where like I don't think anyone's doing it to the extent that I'm doing. I mean, at least not I've met yet. I've met people who do like every other day or once. But like when you have a pool, of unlimited opportunity, you're not gonna you're not gonna just sit there and just like whatever, like a day or so. I'm like, yeah, it can be a bit tiring, but it's like I get to do this thing that's so unlimited and so not tapped into. It's just like I don't, because like again, you have a lot of people who talk to and people who they deem important or people who they deem are interesting, whatever. I'm talking to people who I don't know if they're interested. I don't research people to bring on. Let me just be honest about that. I don't research people and bringing them on. I don't research ComixDad and say, hey, I'm bringing on ComixDad because he likes to talk about comics. I'm just bringing on ComixDad because I want to get to talk to ComixDad. It's that simple.
As most people should.
Yeah, because I get for you, it's like you want to talk comics. That's fine. Do what you want to do. Content creation about what you want to do. But like for me, I don't need to research any of what you're doing or any of what you are in order to have a conversation with you. Because because the part of the point of that conversational part is getting to share in the moment of, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you already just saw the Kyle Busch thing and all stuff. Like all of our lives, wherever you are in the world, is very fragile, limited.
Yeah.
Right.
And
so-
spontaneous, not structured, not scripted, not
and
not any of that.
Yeah, it's not like you don't go walking across the sidewalk and always see the puddle that's there. Like sometimes you don't see the puddle.
Mhm.
The point of the matter, though, is that it's a freeing notion of not being tied to any sort of totem pole to have to talk about. Because, I mean, yeah, does it, if it were to go by the metrics base, does it work against me? Probably, yeah, probably to my detriment. But so what?
We're out here, we're having fun, we're doing what we want to do. And and then people, for whatever reason, decide to chime in, tune in, and then listen to us and want to talk to us. So
That's power to it. But
hell yeah, man.
There's such a power to it. I think that's one of the things people like. I think that's one of the things people tend to forget is like there's such a power to it when you're given an open space enough. Because like I've had people on who are anxiety ridden. I've had people who rarely speak at all, and I'm the one bringing out the conversation. And all sorts of stuff. And I can do it. It's a bit of a harder task, but it's not impossible, which is the point. Because I think in the regard of that, like as a content creator, right? If you're just bringing on the content creators, are you being challenged enough in the conversational aspect in order to be able to be prepared for when you have to be the speaker the majority of the time?
Oh, for sure. And that's why. Well, real quick, Sergeant Wilkie in the chat with the dance of bananas, and he was also gifted the other membership that you dropped, by the way.
That's right.
What up, Sergeant Wilkie? Good to see you, brother.
Get the gifted.
Get the gifty. But and that's why I really love what you do, because, and also on top of that, like for ever since the whole 2020 nonsense, yo.
Play it for Daddy. That's right. You better play it. Woo! Yeah. Come on, Toby. Shake it. Oh man, that was sad. I didn't get to see the rest of it. You know what? maybe Spider-Man.
Thank you, Daramouthe, with another gifted subscription over on Rumble.
That's right. I'm not giving any more because you got the name wrong. I'm sorry. You don't get no more with that.
It is Daramouthe.
You just say Dara. That's fine too.
I know it's Dara. I know. I call you Dara. I'm reading what the screen says. Damn it.
I'm sorry. I didn't.
The screen says Daramouthe with an E.
Oh yeah, no, it's Daramouthe, and that's how I spelled it. So
the E makes it mooth instead of mouth.
It's silent.
What is that? So then it's mouth.
No, it's a moose.
It's there's no double O.
Well, no. What
do I have to give you a grammar lesson like I give Queen Comics Wife?
Then what the heck does vermouth is? Vermouth is not spelled with double O, and yet people call it vermouth.
Because the English language is fucked. That's why.
Because I get to say what it is. That's why, right there. But
fair enough.
That's that. I created a name. I get to make it known how it's sounded out.
Fine.
Daramouthe.
Daramouthe for the gifted subscriptions.
That's right, or Dara for short. Because some of you folks, the first grade, you did not get past first grade, and I am appalled. I am ashamed, and I'm a little depressed on that regard. Little depressed.
That's fair. I feel like everybody is.
Look,
but
it's doorknob. No. Stupid. Doorknob.
You're wild, man. This is why I just love talking to you, man. It just is wild. Every time we've talked, it's just a fun time, whether it's on stream or off stream.
And everyone's different in that regard of the energy they have, because sometimes you don't know, right? I've come across people where the challenge is like I'm the one speaking the most, and I'm fine with that. It's just there have been very rare times where it's just the other person is. I don't know. You kind of have to go through a trial of fire in order to come out a little more sharper than last time.
For sure.
And that's why I take upon. Now, I won't. I'm not like. I'll speak to just about anyone, but I'm not into bad actors. Not into that sort of a deal. I think that's a good limit to have, is like bad actors. Like if you know they're a bad actor beforehand, why would you invite them on?
For sure.
if they're a bad actor when they come on, that's when you have to make that ultimate decision. Like, how do you all that whatever. But
I'm not going out and asking Hassan Piker to come talk to me.
Look, if you want a
or
real
like
challenge,
the quartering, or
if you want a
something
real
like that.
challenge, that's where you start.
Oh my god, could you imagine? Holy crap!
Hey, quartering, I hear you're in trouble. Would you like to come on my show that has no trouble at all?
Yeah, what are the oranges for?
I don't know, but if you can make good orange juice out of it, that's the kicker.
Yeah, there's a whole backstory between me and my lifelong friend about oranges. It's definitely leads to a whole thing about an image that gets put in our heads about squeezing orange juice, and it's not a fun time. But anyway, it's funny, but it's not a fun time to think about it. But
he's thinking about groping oranges. That's all I'm gonna say.
But anyway, no. But the reason why I love Darich, I love that you do Darich Chat, is because also ever since like the whole 2020 nonsense with the lockdowns, the social distancing, I mean, yes, we had the technology to speak to each other, but like it like what you do is the next best thing besides face-to-face communication. And I feel like because of all the 2020 stuff, people forgot how to have just a verbal conversation face to face with each other. And you are kind of in your own way helping people discover that again, or for the first time when you have them on and talk to them, or also to anybody that watches as well. So that's why I appreciate the fact that you do Terra Chat, because we lost a big social element, because we as human beings, we are social creatures. That is in our nature. That's what we do. And all that fabricated nonsense from 6 years ago like destroyed that in a lot of people. So it's good and refreshing to see just literally anybody and everybody come on and talk with you, and you guys just have a conversation about whatever, as if you guys are just buddies just getting together and bullshitting about whatever has happened since the last time you two talked. It's not anything, and like you said, it's not structured or anything like that, because there's no pressure for that. It's just a natural flowing conversation. But it's refreshing because, again, me personally, I don't see a lot of that in real life anymore. So the fact that I'm seeing it on your channel with what you're doing is it's awesome to see.
Well, and the thing of it too is that the technology allows for farther. You're gonna live, live stream, and say slurs. Well, there you go. He's gonna call you a pumpkin head, and you're really gonna have it.
Maybe as a Rumble exclusive stream.
He's gonna say hyperactive slurs. That's what it's gonna be. But I think the other part of it too is the technology allows for farther communication. Like I've had people on from Norway, Finland, Australia, Alaska. Like it's crazy how far. Again, my English speaking is only as good as it can be. My secondary language is don't ask. But I think the point of the matter is, though, is that with this technology we can reach farther. And of course, there's always that time difference, right? Like right now, say I was gonna have on someone from the UK that's like 6 hours ahead of me.
Yeah.
And if I'm gonna have someone on from Australia, that's almost 12 to 15 hours ahead of me.
Yep.
So once you do it enough, you kind of get a good idea of what the time is gonna be. But you should always know there are tools out there to use if you want to see what the time is in another country. I use time.is to find out like what the time is all over the world. So, but that's one of those big things is
I just do a Google search. I just do, what time is it right now, in enter place here.
I just do click, boom, it's
lazy.
right there.
Yep, lazy.
But no, yeah, it's interesting to get to do, and I'm gonna call my sandbagger. Hey, you know what? Tell him to get full of sand because you're crying too much. Look, there's a flood coming because he's crying.
Somebody get the sandbags.
That's my sandbagger right there. Yeah, look at him. He's just getting that shovel and he's bagging that sand. That's my sandbagger.
What's up, my sandbagger?
This summer, a man makes up a new curse word or a new slur, and it gets crunk.
What? Yeah. Okay.
It was a word unlike any other. Sandbagger. You motherfucking sandbagger. I tell you how many times.
No, if it was a word like any other, it'd be gitsa. Because that's a word like any other. It's just
I have no idea what that word was.
Exactly. Nobody does because it's a word unlike any other. That's why.
I thought it was absidae. A B C D E F G. What was the Sesame Street one? Absidiff. Mr. Dang it! I'm trying to remember a Sesame Street song. It was
yeah. It's basically just announced. Yeah, it's basically just pronouncing the letter sound of every letter in the alphabet.
That's right. If we could have a singing song of it, we could go for it. But again, like you just mentioned, when you have that open space and no pressure, whatever, I think you begin to find people as they are. Because I mean, a great example is like, Wendy, who's from the Netherlands. I had her on, and of course, weeks leading up to it, I'd asked her on because she's friends with Anjanette, who's from South Africa.
Yep, I'm familiar with Anjanette.
Yeah, and I've had her on a few times. She's lovely. She's getting into that AI stuff for all that.
Yep. Yeah, she has a lot of good. She's got a lot of good fun stuff with it.
And she didn't do that outright when I first started chatting with her because she was just doing her banking stuff, which that's what she works for.
Oh, okay.
But once that happened, I was able to get in contact with Wendy. And of course, for people who don't know, Wendy is from the Netherlands. So she has a very heavy Danish accent or Denmarkish accent. So English is not an easy thing for her to say. She can't speak English, right? She can't speak English, but there are times where some of that point is trying to search for the English equation word and they kind of have to whatever. But amongst other things, she was just very nervous of coming out and stuff. And she's not a content creator by any measure, at least as far as I know.
Hey, Aramis over on Rumble with the raid. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it.
And he got the gifted.
And he got the gifty.
That's
and
right.
He got the gifty.
He got the gifted. Aramis, I've had I've had on, Rants I've had on, Fatal Nexus I've had on a lot of people.
You're Mr. Rumble, man.
Oh, well, I don't know what's about that. I've had people from different platforms as well, from Kick, from Twitch. And I think that's the best point is to do it from across the board instead of just being platform locked.
For sure.
Because it's kind of dumb in itself because if you're platform locked, you are stuck in a bias. You're stuck in that bias, and getting beyond that point should be the point. Because I think platform loyalty. Oh, you're okay. I think platform loyalty is a joke.
Yeah.
I think platform loyalty is something that shouldn't be the case for any content creator. I know some people will be grateful for what a platform does, and gratefulness is very much different. So be grateful. But for me,
absolutely.
But for me, platform loyalty, there is no loyalty in a business manner. Because if you can go to a regular job and they can basically let you go for any reason, because many states are right to work, then where was the loyalty? Platforms aren't loyal.
Nope. Neither are businesses.
It's a business.
Neither are employers.
Yeah. That's why multi-platforming is the future for content creation, because one, you can't, as we've seen with all the YouTube stuff, you can't build on a financial backing onto that because it can easily just be taken away like that.
Especially with the AI and the algorithm and all that stuff, like Raging Wolf is talking about, and striking channels and all that nonsense. You never know when that's going to go away.
So. Well, and that even before then, like people losing their account because of copyright stuff or all that, Like the same with Twitch. Like Twitch has its own issues too. Rumble has some small amount of issues, but it's not to that degree. But it's not that big either. So the thing of it is, though, is like this is a question I don't think a lot of content creators ask themselves, or maybe they don't think about. Is like, what is more important? Is it your content or the platform? Because if it's the platform, then anything that happens to your content doesn't matter because it just went away. All that time you put into doesn't matter. It was I love the platform. I'm more to that. I'm like, that's ridiculous. If you're making content, your content is the most important because otherwise, why spend all that time? There's no point. And
No,
so I'd
there
rather
isn't.
be on multiple. Now, of course, there are only a few places that keep your stuff externally, like YouTube, like Rumble, maybe Odyssey, but Kick and Twitch,
Yeah.
those are ephemeral. They only last a week and they're gone.
Yeah.
I believe Blaze is the same way.
Yep, I've noticed that on Blaze as well. Like I don't have any previous streams pop up on Blaze
Yeah.
at
So
all.
there's a certain time limit point, which but I mean they do put it in there, but
Well,
I
and
think
even then though, like I most people I don't think really watch past streams for the most part. Like if you're not watching it live, like there's a good chance that like 90% of the people that are going to watch your stream are watching it live. So like I understand why platforms like Kick and Twitch and Blaze don't keep it for too long. So, but it is nice to have the option to be able to go back and watch it for somebody that wants to.
yeah, for contextual reasons.
Exactly, because like a show like a show like this one, a stream like this one, or like yours, with your Dara chats, like those are not necessarily the stuff that's being talked about in those. It's not necessarily topical based on current events. It's just just topics that can be go back and talked about at any time. So
yeah, and like there have been many times where like the whole like I think there was one point where like the White House was shot at or whatever, and that was happening live. I didn't transform over that because one, already a lot of people do it, and two,
yeah,
as long as the president is safe, as long as people, someone didn't get killed or whatever, I think that's a good day in itself. But like beyond that point, it's the same thing with the quartering stuff. Like the quartering stuff, part of it is his fault, but the other part of it too is just a lot of people are finding they're getting a lot of views. Now they're calling out they're calling out the hypocrisy, which doesn't really transform anything. And people will dig into and all that stuff. So that's just going to continue down its own path.
Yeah.
But like at a certain point, it's just a meaningless chase because it's just another content creator who does something
it's just chasing
stupid.
clicks.
It's chasing the views at a certain point.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I'll do some of my thumbnails a certain way, or I'll title my streams a certain way to try to get eyes on it, sure. But like, that's just to get initial eyes on. Like, I'm not gonna base an entire stream around things that other people are like. I mean, yes, I would like for people to be interested in the things I'm going to talk about on a stream or in a video or whatever. But like, I'm going to talk about things that I want to talk about, and if they happen to be things that other people want to hear about or talk about, then awesome. But if not, I'll do topical things, like I said, that my weekend show that I do with the.
And there was much rejoicing.
Different video. That's a lame video. I want a different video. What's up?
I only got.
Boo!
I only have the handful. That's all I got.
Boo, come on, I want something better.
Hold on, let me see what I got. Let me see what I got uploaded in. Hold on. Let me see.
And the crowd was not appeased.
Oh, whatever.
They were booing. They were booing him. He was looking at him. He was booing. So booing.
What do I got?
That one. No, the other one. No,
you can't even see what I'm looking at.
I don't need to. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it already. It's the one to the left. It's the one to the left, right over there. No, to the other left.
You know what? We're gonna use Queen Comics Wives.
There we go.
Thank you.
We'll use hers.
Yes.
And that works out that we used her thank you video because guess who rated the stream? Queen Comics Wife. Thank you for the rate, Queen Comics Wife.
Oh, look at that. Speak of the angel herself.
You caught yourself.
I almost said it. I would have said double, but
because you know she would have been in your Discord messaging you immediately.
Oh, I'm sorry. My Discord chat.
She's just gonna hell and die.
My Discord has been disabled for quite some time. I don't know what to tell you. Oh no. What's another thing too is like it's a part of that structure of being a content creator is like having your stuff where people can go and stuff. I'm like, how much more of this world do I have to dive into to just be like I don't need to
Yeah.
do all this bull crap. Like I am streaming to 4 different platforms now because Rumble Studio kind of helps with that. But like even then, it's just so much, and it's just like it's more work than it needs to be, and I don't really do something that's that difficult in the sense of just like the conversational part. Beyond that point, I use Claude to help me with some stuff, and it's just I use the help with the efficiency of it. I'm just like I don't need to do all these overlays and bull crap. It's like it's so.
I hear you. I do it because I just like it. Like me personally, like I could take them or leave them as a viewer, but like I don't know, like for me on the content creation and streaming side, like
Mm.
I like just giving everybody the like just in case somebody's got a little bit of a case of like ADD or something like that out there, something a little extra to look at. That's all.
And she got the gift.
She got the gifted subscription also. Look at that, Queen Comics Life gifted a subscription from Daramouthe.
I said called you an angel. Don't give me that.
She said I was nice to you, Dara, but shit, I've been trying to be nice.
Hey, I called you angel, and you throw that back in my face. Well, young lady, you are a demon. You toss her out into the ocean. Curse her.
Queen Comics Banners, you're grounded.
Well, since you brought up Monty Python, it's just that one scene where they're like trying to figure out if the woman is a witch. And like, how'd you know she's a witch?
She turned me into a newt. A newt. I got better.
Oh goodness.
But
how can you tell if it's a duck? Wood. She's wood.
Very small rocks. A duck. I showed Queen Comics Life Monty Python Holy Grail for the first time probably about 6 months ago or so. And she just sat there and was like, how do you find this funny? She's like, this is some of the dumbest shit I have ever seen. And I'm like, it's Monty Python. It's like, that's what this is. Like, it's very goofy British humor. And that's all there is to it. There's nothing to explain.
Yeah, it's because hey, Queen, it's this thing right here. It's called a funny bone. It's called a funny bone right here. Right here. That's why.
It's called being cultured.
Culture. Yeah. Hey, whoa, I did not. That was not.
She said, you meant to say demon all because I yelled at you in Left 4 Dead, but yet you yelled at me in the drug game Schedule 1. Hey, Dara, it's called Go Fuck Yourself. Mighty Megatron is here with the salute, the 07. What's up, Mighty Megatron?
You know what?
It has been a while, brother. It has been a while.
You know,
Thank you,
Queen,
Mighty Megatron, for being here.
I like when you use Paul Hudukin's thing because I've had Paul on before. So good on you for using Paul.
Yeah, Paul's good people.
Hey, everyone.
She kind of adopted that from Paul.
GFY, everyone. GFY. That's what Paul says.
Go. And then he started saying it like her. Go fuck yourself.
That's right, because he's Chicagoan. He's Chicagoan.
Queenie sounds like she's from Chicago, Boston, New York, the hood. She sounds like she's from about 5 different places, depending on the day or depending upon what level of upset you get her.
Hey, Queen, he's my buddy too, so you better watch it because I'm watching. All right, mishaps.
Well, we didn't really get to touch on it, so we'll touch on it just real quick here because a lot of your conversation, since you are kind of a master of conversation at this point, with Dara Chat. There you go.
Give me praise. Give me praise.
There's your praise.
Can you imagine the content creator? I am most important. Hear me. Give me praise. Thank you. My peasants, you shall know my name. Thank you.
There are plenty out there that have that mentality, unfortunately. but real quick, something that comes in your conversations because you do stream on Rumble, and Rumble is definitely still a growing platform in progress.
It's a work in progress,
a lot of us want to see it succeed, but because a lot of us also know that there are a lot of pain points. Your conversations naturally turn into help lead the way for data collection and putting
Rumble
together
Squared.
data regarding Rumble, which you call Rumble Squared, as you said, where a breakdown of not just their financials for the quarter, but improvements and metrics based on not just the dollars and the cents, but also based on creators on the platform, viewers on average viewership on the platform, the changes both positive and negative, as well as just changes to the platform in terms of usability for both people who are viewing it as well and people who are creating and streaming on there as well. So what led you to want to say, hey, you know what? I've really been enjoying having these conversations with people. I'm really liking having conversations with people. Let me have more conversations with people and use that as a form of data collection. And what kind of led to that?
I think the part of it that's most important is that I got tired of listening to the anecdotal and not have anything to back up, like of not having anything to back up what I say, because anyone can argue based on the few points they see and say this is what's going on, this is the true majority of things. Like, well, no, it's a bit of everything, but it was sort of like there's really no data point people can go off to. Like, the only person who's gotten close to this is probably Tomby and what he tried to do, but that was only one point of one section. And Rumble Squared was just my try it, like, you know, because there's other platforms out there, but like Rumble was one of the platforms I was using, and I didn't want to keep relying on just anecdotal hearsay. And it kind of grew over time. It basically was just like once a month we'd bring people on who use the platform in any regard, whether it be a creator, whether it be a user, because that's the feedback that you want. You want to hear the user and the creator, not just the creator, because it gets lopsided, right? Because platforms rely on a symbiosis between creator and viewer, right? And Rumble's been mostly just a creator for creator sort of watching thing, where majority of it's on politics. Again, that goes to the whole discoverability, which they are in a slight way getting better, but that process is still getting to that point.
And they're still floating out ideas and stuff as well for that too. Like,
yeah.
Pavlovsky the other day threw out something about how, oh, well, you could pay out of your Rumble earnings to be featured on the front page. And then I think he got a lot of I think kickback on that within the first day or two. And then he put out a poll the other day. Oh, well, how would you like to see us do this? And it was like the options were keep editors picks, do an algorithm, and I think there were a couple other options on there. A lot of
other was on there.
Yeah, and then there was another option that I can't remember what he put, but like a lot of people went with algorithm because, I mean, yes, we've seen problems with algorithms, especially when it comes to YouTube, but like you got to be able to tweak your algorithm, and YouTube doesn't want to tweak their algorithm for the good. They let the AI tweak the friggin' algorithm. They don't even tweak it themselves, I don't think.
It's a lot more about what they want versus allowing creators to. I mean, YouTube is far better in the plan of it for their thing. Like, I can go to YouTube right now, and based upon what I've watched or whatever, there will appear many things, whether it be a channel I follow or something straight of a channel that I don't follow but watch anyway. Or maybe it's a surprise one, which is a combination of stuff I've watched. Like, there's a whole bunch of things that work there that, like, and even I can trim it myself. I could say, I don't want to see this channel anymore, or I don't want to see this video anymore. And I have those options come to Rumble, and that's non-existent. Now, it's a little better, but like, to be able to curate what I see should be the point of any platform. Because if you want people to come to your platform, you need to allow that kind of customization. I don't know the coding for it. I don't know what the complications for it is. Yeah. But if you want people to stay on your platform, you have to give them the power to choose first off, what they'd like to see, and second, how to trim what they don't want to. Because there are a lot of times you can go on to Rumble right now. There are things a lot of parents don't want their kids to see. There is lingerie streams. There are booty shapes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's the Rumble's not exempt from that. I'm sorry to tell you. You can go to YouTube right now and look up naked yoga. You're gonna find naked yoga. They just don't promote it. So the point of the matter is that instead of relying on just like anecdotal or just hearsay stuff, I now have actual evidence from people who use the platform to like, this is their issues and all this stuff. The three positives, sort of like through a period of through a period of time of just chain of events. The three questions came out of that approach and all that stuff. And that's been other than like 1 month where I couldn't do it because of computer issues, or holiday.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for, I think this month's next week will be 17th, the 17th Rumble Squared. And it's
Okay.
just once a month. But the point of the matter is, though, is that now I have something that I can point to and people could see. Now I did more. I did like I'd make like survey stuff
Oh
with
yeah.
Microsoft Forms and all that. But it was like at a point the energy was just too much energy was being spent and trying
That's
to
a
make,
lot of time to create
Yeah.
that form, because I filled out a couple of your Microsoft forms, and it was
Yeah.
you put a lot in there for us to answer about. So I
Yeah.
mean, kudos to you for doing it for as long as you did. But yeah, that takes a lot of time.
Yeah,
So
but then over time I began to realize like people will give you their feedback for free in an emotional state. When
Mhm.
something that Rumble puts out, it will cause a positive or a negative emotional state, and from there I can take a long list of stuff people are complaining on or praising on.
Yep.
And majority of the time praises are nice, but the real point is going after the feedback of like people are still having issues with support, people are still having issues with live streams freezing and all that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Now I can collect that data and say, hey, here, and here. This. Now I'm not giving percentages, like I don't, other than for like the first quarter stuff. But I'm able to give something of substance where people aren't just like throwing out something random. I can
Yeah.
point. Look, here, and here have said over a year's period of time have stated they wanted an API that was robust and great. And it's still a year later after that fact when they first said that on the first Rumble Squared,
Yep.
and we're still at that point where that's still an issue. I can point to that and say, I have that data fact. Barely anyone else does.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and it's you do a Rumble Squared once a month, and you typically have what, like probably 5 to 6 people on it, including yourself. So you have 5 to 6 different Rumble creators on there.
Depends, yeah.
Every month you talk over the course of just 1 year. That's over 100. That's over 100 people. That's what, 52 weeks. Yeah. That's like over 125 people that you have there to collect data off of, and you do it just by having conversation with them, which brings us back to the fact that you, sir, are the master conversationalist on Rumble and on YouTube, in my mind, because again, I love what you do with Dara Chat. But and that's why I wanted to have you on, to have a great conversation tonight, man. We talked about a little bit of comics, a little bit of manga, a whole bunch of wackiness, and yeah, man, this basically became Dara Chat Comics Edition.
That's right. It became
it's not even on your channel. It became a Dara Chat. What the hell, man?
It became a comics chat for reals.
A Dara Comics.
Comics
Comics Dara?
No, it's
Dara Dad?
No, it's not. No, don't. I think comics chat is gonna work much better. Well, that was another thing too, right? Is like a lot of people will end their thing with cast. They'll go like this cast or podcast, whatever.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah, and I'm like, so to come up with something, I was like, well, what about some ending with talk? Like, yeah, maybe sure. And I was like, what, chat? Why not chat? Like,
Yeah.
just do my first part of my name and then chat, and it's like, there you go. That's basically it.
Yeah, I'm trying to come up with, because there's a couple of guys that I've been talking to about possibly doing like a once in a while, like maybe like a once in a month roundtable type of discussion type of deal. And I'm trying to workshop a couple of different names for it, for what to call it, but I keep find myself coming back to like you said, like something cast, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that though. Like it's the low hanging fruit. I'm challenging myself to be a little more creative in that department. But
this is where for myself, that just came out of it. But like for me, if I were to try to come up with a name, I would use a sort of offender back of either your friends or AI, one or the other.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I use Claude. I rarely use Grok at all. Well, other than when points of like trying to get like a reply thread stuff kind of summarized down or whatever. But I've used Claude for many different points and titles and all that sort of stuff. So like, do what you will. But that tool is out there to use to bounce around ideas, because it's all about how you want to go about things. And it is definitely up to you. But yeah, Dare Chat was just like, I didn't want it to be cast. I didn't want to be podcast or endcast or whatever. So like, Dare Chat just speaks to what it is. It's just a chat, just a conversation. There you go.
Well, and this conversation has come to a head, because we are past the 2-hour mark, my man, and
We did it.
yeah, we did it. We did it. It's been a long one, but a fun one. But I got work in the morning, and I know you do too. So
That's
I
true.
can do that. I can do that. We're gonna get a little more food in me before bed, and also go get yelled at by the Queen Comics wife for being too loud while she was screaming, "You son of a bitch!" With another. I think my brain is fried. ComixDad. I've been up since 5 a.m. and I'm not used to it. Get used to it.
Get to
Talk
bed.
to me. Come talk to me once you're doing it every day like I am. But Dara, with once again, you madman.
That's right. Say it louder.
Let's see. What do I got for you this time? I got
I'll take Tobey Maguire. I'll take Tobey Maguire any day though. If that's
here,
really hard.
we'll go with. What can I do? We'll go with this.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
That's it right there.
There we go. We'll go with gay Pascal. Gaydro Pascal. But Dara, thank you so much for coming on, brother. Also, thank you for being so generous tonight with the subscriptions while we're just talking, man. You didn't have to do that. I know you're using me to make up for not having to pay it forward stream. So
Oh no, I just wanted to. I don't mind. I'm not using your makeup for anything.
I know. I'm kidding, man. But no, in all seriousness, though, Dara, thank you for coming on, brother. It's been fun. Tell everybody where they can find you and what you got coming up before we get out of here.
You should have my link, don't you?
I have it in the description, but I also have your stuff pulled up right here as well.
See, so this is another thing that is appreciative. Is I've come across a few content creators. Well, not a whole lot, but I've come across some content creators that don't put their guest links in their description.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I always try to make sure I do that at the bare minimum.
And I'm like, if you're bringing someone on to, I mean, if they don't have any links, that's great, that's fine.
Yeah.
If they do, like, you would think that just be like a small little thing, because I mean, yeah, they're giving you their time. The best you can do is at least give them that small space that has people where people can find them at.
Yep, exactly.
And I'm just like, the majority of the time I've come across those people, it's mostly just a StreamYard affiliate link. Like, you can save $10 on StreamYard. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, that's
like, if you're gonna invite people on, then and they got links, then put their links in there.
Or at the bare minimum, use their link tree. Most people have a link tree nowadays for people
streamers,
that are at least creators. Yeah. So, but yeah, obviously people can find you on X, on Rumble, and on YouTube.
It's all that streamers link. Yeah, that's right. Big shout out to the big man himself, Tomby, who made up the streamers. Good job.
Yep, and streamers. That's right.
Yep.
I have mine linked.
There we go. Look at that. Look at all that goodness. But of course, like with ComixDad, like that's where all the links are. That's the same. I just added my.
There's the streamers.
I just added my Kick one in there, so you can see the K, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it is a great tool. He's done it for free. You can upload, download assets, and all that stuff.
And you're on Pickaxe too.
Yep. Pickaxe as well. Yep. So again, that's where all my stuff is at. Of course, I do, like, if you scroll down, my other promotional stuff is there, but I won't do that here. But yeah, so that's where you can find me. That's where you can find my stuff. And again, whether it's on X or YouTube or whatnot, those are the places to kind of check out. If you've heard of the name, well, there you go. It's probably me. But unless it's a scammer, then be very careful about that.
Yeah.
So there
it is in the chat for everybody as well.
Right. I would say streamers is worth checking out alone by itself.
Oh, yeah.
If you're ever interested, because it's free.
Yep, it's free. And our boy Tomby, he's got a lot cooking regarding streamers and some other stuff that he's doing, which it's all going to be connected and linked to streamers. That's so, right. But Dara, thank you so much, brother, for coming on. I appreciate you. And then, ladies and gentlemen, you can find me. I will be doing a gaming stream probably tomorrow. It's either tomorrow night or maybe this weekend, depending upon what the wife and I decide to do with the kids for the holiday weekend. You maybe will catch us on Monday for a Monday Memorial Day edition of Comics Couple Cafe. I'm going to try and record a video tomorrow when I get home from work, so keep an eye out for that. And other than that, ladies and gentlemen, there are two things I got to tell you, as always. Comics are good for you, and Seth Rogen sucks. ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a good night. And for those of you over on the Rumble side, we're gonna raid over to the Unfiltered Outlaws podcast as I get that set up right here. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Did I not put that in properly?
He didn't put it in properly. He pressed the wrong button.
I pressed the wrong button.
He pressed the wrong button. He's got a blue.
It doesn't want to do the raid. Oh, no. Rumble Studio is just being stupid. It doesn't want to initiate the raid.
Well, don't initiate the raid from Rumble Studio. Initiate it from the Rumble stream.
I don't want to initiate it from the Rumble stream. I always do it from the Rumble Studio.
I hear more complaining than figuring out the
Damn it, Dara. Damn you, Dara. There, fine.
Well,
there.
I know you're trying to do the raid thing for the creator program, so there's
no. I already hit mine. I'm just doing it just because it's always nice. It's nice to like I got the raid on YouTube and 3 raids here on Rumble tonight. It's just it's another form of just paying it forward, just to show that just to show some appreciation and some love to other people that are out there doing this thing called the streaming and the being silly and dumb and sharing your voice on the internet. And it takes a lot of courage and a lot of energy to do it. So again, ladies and gentlemen, now my tagline. Remember that comics are good for you, and Seth Rogen sucks.
Sucks what?
He sucks shell. Good night, everybody. Hey!